Superstar.
What's up, everybody? This is Superstar O here, and thank you once again for watching as usual and tuning in. As you know, I greatly appreciate it. I'm very excited for this release, as you can see. This is going to be something dope. I mean, this is something dope, not going to be. It is. IndustryKits.com, 3 brand new sound pack producer releases. And the reason I'm excited is because they're all things that all of you have been asking for a little while now, some months now, because we haven't released this genre of product, or these 3 genres of product, in a little while. Well, I guess we might have, but not kind of like this. So let's just dive right into it. We got an 808 pack, and it's not just an 808 pack, it's a tuned 808 pack. So yeah, all of you guys, pull out your wallets, start throwing shit everywhere. No, but you guys have been asking for a all-tuned 808 pack for a long time, and it's a little hard to do that because you got to make sure every single 808 is exactly in the same tune, and these are, and it's a dope pack, but we'll talk about that in a minute. An 808 pack that's tuned, a PresetBank for Kontakt, which is a V2, might as well just say it, Semtex V2, so yeah, you probably have Semtex 1. If you don't, I don't know where you've been living or sleeping under a rock somewhere or something, but a Kontakt library, Semtex 2 is here, insane. And then a brand new drum kit. We haven't really been doing many drum kits. We did the Hades Drums VST, but not a full like drum kit. And this is another V2, and it's the Secret Stash V2. So if you don't have the Secret Stash V1, same thing. I mean, that drum kit is insane. It has real drums from real placements, from real producers in it. And this is V2 of it, and it's insane. It's crazy. So before we even get into it, I'm going to say, hopefully by now I have your guys' trust. Industry Kits has been around for a while now, and I have not steered you guys wrong. And hopefully by now you kind of really, trust my word. You know what I mean? And you trust what I'm saying. And I'm going to tell you right now that these 3 products are some of the best ones that we've probably released. And not even probably, definitely. And not to say that I don't do this with every product, but sometimes, on different releases that we do, I'll take that product and put it in like my own personal folder and be like, yo, because I know I want to use this shit all the time in my future beats. And I'm going to tell you right now, all 3 of these have been placed into my personal folder to let me know, like when I'm looking for drums, when I'm looking for 808s, and when I'm looking for presets, that these 3 need to be there because I want to be using these a lot in my upcoming tracks. And you're going to see why. The shit's fucking nuts. But anyway, so let's just get into it. Website's in the background. I still got some of it compressing or whatever and uploading while I'm making this video. But so the 808 pack is called 808 Gallows. It has 40. Let me make sure. I don't want to give you guys any wrong information, but I'm pretty sure it has 40, right? 40, yes, 40 tuned 808s. They're all in the same key, all ready to go. You don't have to worry about opening up an 808. One of them's like down here, one of them's up here, one of them's in the middle, and you're like, fuck, how am I gonna? I wish this was just tuned. So I know they're all tuned, ready to go, and the kit itself is low price, so everybody can, since it took us a while to make a tuned 808 pack, now everybody can get it as well for a lower price. So that's that. The free demo is on the site. There's 5 of the 40 free 808s included in the kit, so you can download it and hear the quality of those 808s. They're fucking banging. You're gonna want it. Anyway, so moving on. Up next is the Secret Stash Drum Kit Volume 2. Now this thing is massive. This is a big drum kit. So I'm sorry that I'm coming over here, but I like to make sure that everybody knows, that I don't say no wrong information because we always have so many products going on. This thing has 421 files in it. 421. So that's 421. In the folders, the categories, it's got chants, it's got claps, it's got drum loops, and also the drum loops breakdown. So like, for instance, this drum loop right here, I'll just play one. But it also has the folder for the breakdowns for the drums, because everybody sometimes likes to use a drum loop, but it's not good as a producer if it's a solid drum loop in which you don't have the stems to, because then if somebody buys the beat, or when it comes to time to mix and mastering, they want all those sounds individual. And if you have a loop that does not have the track outs to it, it's kind of like that's not really something you want to do. But each loop has its track outs, so this would be the track outs for that one. See what I'm saying? So we have drum loops that have the stems to them. So we have, let's start over. We got chants, claps, dry claps too. Not, a lot of you have been saying like, yo, we love the pro mixed SSO drum kits and such, but we need some drum kits that don't have mixing yet. or they still sound good, they sound hard, but they're not like super reverbed up or super compressed up, and that's what this is too. So a lot of you are gonna love that. But chants, claps that are dry, drum loops with the stems to them, effects folder, hi-hats and open hats, they're clean, they're not affected or anything, they don't have effects on them. Kicks and 808s, all punchy and ready to go. Melody loops, royalty free, of course. Percussions, percussive, whatever, and snares that are also clean. They've been like when I say clean and dry, they have a little mix on them as far as to make them hit harder and as far as layered and stuff, but they don't have reverb. So for instance, like this clap, it's really hard and ready to fucking go, but it doesn't have a bunch of reverb and stuff on it. So a lot of you are really gonna love that. Or this snare. Of course, it's layered and it's there and it's hard. It has some compression and stuff on it, but it's not like, it's not like a huge reverbed up snare or anything like that. So it's dry in that matter, which is really good. You always want to have drums like that so you can kind of do your own thing, or just use them dry, because honestly, in today's hip-hop music, a lot of the snares and claps and such are just almost completely dry, but hard hitting as hell, so they stand out a lot. Anyway, so that is the drum kit, but there was some notes that I wanted to go down. I wrote down here. Again, sorry, but there's a lot to this. 50 chants, 50 claps, 5 drum loops with the stems, 50 hi-hats and open hats, 50 808s and kicks, 50 transition effects and little effect sounds, 50 percussive sounds, 70 snares. All of them came from different places, big industry tracks, and so on and so forth. Some of the, like I said, just like V1, some of these sounds in here are actually straight from beats that are well known in industry stuff. So the snare called Bone Snare was used in G-Eazy's hardest trap song from his album called Bone Marrow. The snare called Bay Snare was a Marion featuring Kid Ink in French Montana, I'm Up. We have the Reminder Snare, which is the Weekend Reminder. We've got Distraction Snare, which is Kalani Distraction. We've got Don't Snare, which is the official snare that was used in Bryson Tiller's hit song Don't. And so on. There's a handful of stuff like that in there, and that's really cool. These aren't like copies or like we try to go in and kind of try to make they're the exact real drum sounds from there. So you guys are really gonna enjoy that. What producer wouldn't like stuff like that? The drum kit is fucking nuts. I'm gonna be using this drum kit all the time in these upcoming beats coming up. And so anyway, now the last thing is the Semtex 2 Kontakt library. It's over 10 gigs in size, over 480 presets. It's fucking huge, dude. Like, that's fucking massive, bro. I don't even know how to say that in any kind of way, but this thing is fucking massive. Like usual, I'm going to come over here and do a demonstration of it from the studio computer, let you hear it. But there are 480 presets in this thing. 480. So I'm not going to be able to like go through them all, of course. 10 gigs, 480 presets, no fucking way. We'll be sitting here all day. But I'm going to literally just skim through stuff. Bam, bam, bam. Like I usually do with the really big preset banks. And and this isn't pre-scripted. We're just going to jump in here and find dope shit that we could use and give you a demonstration of it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go over here, get my hydraulic chair, and let's show you what this Semtex 2 is about. Also, the Secret Stash Drum Kit Volume 2 has a free demo as well on the site with 20 of free demo sounds straight from the drum kit, which are all dope. And I mean, you could hear just from that little sample I was playing that this drum kit is fucking heat. But you can download the free demo as well. Let's get to this Semtex 2. Alright, so we are now over here, as usual, on the studio computer, and I have Semtex all opened up and ready to go. This thing is beautiful, as you can see. So, first off, as a producer, you should know, or you do know, or whatever, that it might sound like it doesn't really matter, but it does. Visuals matter a lot, because us as producers, we sit here at these desks for hours and hours on end, as you know, just messing around or whatever, working, trying to finish this really dope track or trying to get around beat block and start something. Whatever the case is, we sit here for a long ass time. So whatever it is we're using needs to also look very professional and look really stimulating as well and make us want to use it. The low quality looking stuff just doesn't cut it around here anymore, or it never did really. So anyway, it's really nice to look at. Besides that, like I said, 10 gigs of sounds, or 10 gigs of content, 480 over 480 presets. I think it's like 483 or something like that. If you look over here, if you can see my mouse moving around the lower left side of Kontakt, all of these that I'm scrolling down are the over 480 presets. Look how long this list is. It's still going. Still going. It's still going. It finally stopped, and that's because I'm going fast. Look how many presets that is, dude. Like, this thing, just like Semtex 1, if you don't have it, go get it. These are two completely different things with two completely different sounds in them. They just share the same branding name and same similar design. So if you do pick this up and love it, make sure you get V1, because V1 is really nasty on its own as well. They're both only like 30 something bucks. And then if you do have V1, vice versa, make sure you pick this up. You won't regret it. So right off the bat, when we look at it, you have an arpeggiator built in right here. You can draw stuff in, bam, bam, turn it on, turn it off. Your pitch wheel, your ARP rate, so the glide rate for it, the rate for the ARP right here, and the octave. All your effects right here, distortion, delay, they easily say what they are right here on the left for you to see. Everything's really a stereo knob too to make things more stereo. Everything's right here, easily laid out, and there's more controls down here as well. And I mean, you can see what it is. It's very, very beautiful, ready to go. And just like that, you just go into the instruments folder, and you can either double click or just like I do, I just drag and drop, bam, opens up. Like I said, there are, as you can see, a ton of freaking sounds in here. There's no way that, I mean, it's possible for me to sit here and go through them all, but this video would be incredibly insane long. So what we're going to do is I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to just try to go through a whole bunch of them for you and give you a taste of them. But keep in mind, there's a ton here. So there's all types of dope sounds in here, and let's just get into it. Also, there are ARPs in here. Of course, you can make any sound an ARP and switch it up and do all this with the ARP controls, but there are also ARP presets in here as well. I know arpeggiator sounds are something you all request a lot. There's a lot in here for that. And we're only on the D's still. That's how many presets. I've been skipping through a bunch of them, and we're only on the D's. We're about to speed this up and just bang through some shit. Alright, so as you guys can see, I went through a lot of the sounds, but there's 480, over 480 in 10 gigs. This video is about to run out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it right now. You should have been able to get a taste of the magnitude of this thing. It's huge. It has really good sounds. IndustryKits.com. Pick these things up, man.